Salisbury Center, we are ready for our next fight. Making his way to the cage and fighting out of the red corner, it's Josh Mcllhenny.
Welcome back to CageZilla 77. We have Josh Mcllhenny coming to the cage. He stands at a 6 foot 5 inches, 170 pounds, age 28. He's fighting out of Team Ram from Lynchburg, Virginia, and he himself is a native of Lynchburg, Virginia. He's spotting a 2-0 record in MMA as an amateur, the number 18th welterweight in Virginia. And he's coming back here straight off a win. This bout has been locked for since our last event. Again, we had an event at the last CageZilla where a bunch of fighters did not get cleared by the doctors. Luckily, all those fighters were excited to compete and wanted to come right back into the cage. Josh is a wrestling coach at Liberty University, and we couldn't line his next fight couldn't be lined up with his wrestling schedule, but luckily that wrestling season just wrapped up and he got booked tonight. Josh himself wrestled at Liberty University. Nobody has yet been able to deal with his height and wrestling prowess. He carries a 50% finishing rate. A win tonight could loft Josh right into the next title contention.
Man, I was about to say, that is some crazy stats, you know. A 6'5" wrestler is so random, you know, like being 6'5" already, that dealing with somebody 6'5" and striking is just, it's so awkward, man. Like everything you do, you're just gonna have to leap at them. You're gonna be overreaching, sometimes falling over yourself just to make up for that extra foot of space. But on top of that, he's a damn wrestling coach, you know?
And also, like, for everyone at home, look at him bounce right now. Like, if a trained eye will see, that's a light on your feet athlete.
Yes.
He's smooth in his walk. And now we're gonna send it back to Chris to invite his opponent to the cage.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Ivan Lakicevic.
Welcoming Ivan, brother of Igor, who fought earlier in the night. He stands 6'2", weighs an official 170 pounds, age 25, also out of White Rhino MMA and Jiu-Jitsu in Lexington, Virginia. His hometown is Natural Bridge, Virginia. He has a 1-1 amateur record of the MMA. Ivan will to run back to into the win column tonight. He's right now going 500, losing to Wafu Funging in his last CageZilla bout, CageZilla 74. His brother fought earlier tonight. We're hoping to see a bit more out of the brother. We're hoping to be motivated to get one back for the family. Ivan has been active in the grappling scene, looking to bring up his grappling the same level as his striking. He's had 6 grappling bouts in the past 4 months, resulting in a 3-3 record.
Yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie. From what I'm seeing right now in the middle of the ring, this is gonna be a good one. You know, I really want to see what Josh is gonna bring to the table when it comes to this fight against Ivan. Ivan looks sturdy. He looks the part of a fighter. You know, he doesn't have extra fat on him like his brother did. He looks a lot more leaner. But man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very impressed by the eye test on Josh alone right now with just his warm-ups and his credentials. I think this is gonna be a solid fight.
I agree, and like we're gonna see in terms of
as long as he has a chin.
As long as they have a chin. Both are coming from grappling backgrounds, so we can expect a little bit of learning lessons in the cage tonight. But I'm excited to see wrestling versus submission. We're gonna throw it back down to Chris to get the fight going.
Salisbury Center, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the CageZilla welterweight division. It is brought to you by our friends at Lindsay Automotive Group. You'll love it at Lindsay. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 6'5" and weighing in at 170 pounds, fighting out of Renaissance Academy of Martial Arts, he brings a perfect 2-0 record to the cage. It's Josh, the Promised Land Mcllhenny. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 6'2" and weighing in at 170 pounds, fighting out of White Rhino MMA and BJJ with a record of 1 win and only 1 defeat. It's Ivan Lakicevic. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the CageZilla welterweight division. It is brought to you by Lindsay Automotive Group, and your referee is Michael Dolman.
Very exciting to see what the striking looks like from both men. Ivan, last time out, was willing to pull the trigger a little more than his brother was earlier, but also needed a little more experience with the striking. I think more so with the 4-ounce gloves.
Now, it does make a big difference. A lot of people underestimate how much changes when you switch to MMA gloves and the big ones, especially when it comes to defense. And then when you start realizing how open you are when you don't have the big round pads, it can kind of deter you into throwing like you would regularly throw.
Now, Josh stands like narrow-based tall,
Yes.
like TIE fighter
Yes.
narrow.
Yeah, almost like when they're tapping their feet.
And I like what but he doesn't have like the pickup of a TIE fighter right now.
Yes.
Yvonne's brutalizing the calf.
Yeah,
with
he
it.
is. He's landed 2 solid calf kicks already, but now, oh man, what an awkward exchange. You know, neither guy's really at a good place to land strikes, but Josh hasn't fully committed into wrestling either.
But Josh actually right now, Josh that long body, they like throws. Longer wrestlers like to be more like upper body throwy type people, and right now Josh just kind of settled. Look at that leg control right there.
Yeah,
that is high level leg riding.
A good hook in. Oh man, you got to keep your chin down, Ivan.
Look at that. Josh is very good. So for the people at home, the way that Josh is using his feet, you call them grapevines.
Man,
he is literally able to hold up his entire body weight. Oh,
and these are like some powerful shots that he's throwing at Ivan. He almost has him flattened out.
Extending the hips, doesn't need the hands. That's what elite grappling looks like when you don't need your hands to stay connected.
And it's almost to the point when
that chokes in. That chokes in.
That's tight.
That's under the chin. I don't know if the pressure is putting on. Oh, it gets locked hands behind the head. Tap hand out.
It's over. Hey, that's solid, man. This guy has a very, very, very bright future, man. At 28, I'm hoping he decides to make the change to go pro soon. You know, I think about his coaches. I'm gonna try to push him into a professional career.
I think his coaches are gonna want to sign him up for that welterweight title bout. We're looking at the replay right here, just to get him that 5-minute experience that we talked about. But other than that, I don't.
This guy's solid.
I mean, he standing up, was riding somebody with one leg in and grounded that while on the fall side. So those people don't understand, like most people are going to fall off on them. Most people are going to crash the floor and look silly.
He's so tall, his foot was almost on the ground when he was putting the hooks in, you know? He had a grapevine in and like his toe could almost touch the ground while he was spreading the guy apart.
That must be so confusing to feel somebody so sticky and actually like extending you too.
Yes.
Great work from Josh. Ridiculously credentialed, I would say, at this point.
And it's not even just the credentials, it's like the attributes almost don't match. It's like he's very long and lengthy, but he's a wrestler, you know?
And can punish you for grappling him because of the throws.
Exactly. It's like it's a weird character build. When they created his character, they mixed them all up.
Awesome. We're waiting for Chris to make his way into the cage to make the final announcement on the fight. I will say one thing of improvement for Josh. You're going to need to address those calf kicks and find a way that your striking automatically does it. If he can always get the spectacular first finish, amazing. But there's going to be guys that are going to test him in the pro ranks. And those guys are going to come with calf kicks that break bamboo trees.
And to be fair, when he was warming up, he was a little bit more dynamic with his movements. But then when the fight started, he was a little bit more just in front of you, just stagnant.
Now we're going to throw down to Chris to make the final announcement and make the decision final.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Michael Dolman has called a stop to the action just 1 minute and 38 seconds into the very first round for your winner by submission due to rear naked choke. Out of the red corner, it's Josh Mcllhenny.
Congratulations, Josh Mcllhenny. We're going to be right back with more bouts here at CageZilla 77.
Like and subscribe to CageZilla.